Published in 1997, a slim purple book about money became a permanent fixture on bestseller lists. To date, Rich Dad, Poor Dad has sold over 32 million copies across 109 countries. Actor Will Smith explicitly credited the text with teaching his son how to understand financial independence. Damon John, the billionaire investor and founder of Fubu, consistently lists it as a cornerstone of his personal library. But if you ask a traditional economist or browse personal finance forums on Reddit, you will hear a very different consensus. Critics regularly dismiss the text as bad advice, a string of factual errors, and a dangerous deception. We have to look closely at these pages to understand how a single piece of writing can be celebrated as the definitive guide to financial independence by some and condemned as a fraud by others. The entire narrative revolves around two father figures. The author's biological father, the poor dad, is highly educated, works a stable government job, but struggles to pay the bills. His friend's father, the rich dad, dropped out of 8th grade, runs multiple businesses, and understands how money moves. Take a look at this cash flow schematic. The book redefines a liability as anything that takes money out of your wallet. Under this strict definition, the house you live in and the car you drive to work go right down into a red liability column because they constantly require mortgage payments, taxes, and maintenance. Conversely, an asset is strictly defined as something that puts money into your pocket independent of your labor. The schematic flips. Things like businesses or rental real estate generate green cash flow straight back to you. This simple contrast directly challenged the standard middle-class dream. Going to school, securing a safe job, and signing a 30-year mortgage did not automatically create wealth. Instead, these traditional milestones often trapped workers in an endless cycle of earning and spending, a cycle the book labels the rat race. The strength of this message lies in psychology rather than mathematics. It forces readers to stop measuring success by their job title or salary and start looking at whether they are building a portfolio that can eventually buy back their time. There is a catch. When pressed, Robert Kiyosaki admitted that Rich Dad was a fabricated composite character. He wrote a motivational fable, prioritizing allegorical lessons over factual history. Because it operates as a fable, reviewers often point out a glaring omission. There are no actual step-by-step instructions. Readers finish the book feeling motivated to invest, but with zero practical knowledge of how to value a stock, underwrite a real estate deal, or structure a business. When the text does imply practical mechanics, it encourages significant risk. It promotes hostility toward traditional employment and heavily relies on using borrowed money, what it calls good debt, to acquire real estate assets while remaining highly leveraged. Contrast that with the extreme safety models advocated by other financial voices, like Dave Ramsey, where Ramsey demands zero debt and fully paid-off mortgages to guarantee financial peace. This book urges readers to maximize debt as long as it supposedly pays a net return. Without specific steps in the book, readers naturally look for guidance. The book acts as a top-of-funnel marketing tool. It inspires the desire for wealth, then funnels those newly motivated readers into expensive weekend real estate seminars and multi-level marketing programs. Recently, this marketing strategy has escalated into selling fear. Kiyosaki warns that a massive wealth transfer and systemic economic collapse will occur in 2026, urging his followers to position themselves outside traditional systems before the rules of money break down entirely. Shifting your mindset to view money as a tool can be highly empowering, but blindly following the author's implied financial mechanics, taking on massive leverage, and preparing for doomsday is a quick recipe for bankruptcy. Ultimately, Rich Dad, Poor Dad functions best when treated as a tool for changing your perspective, rather than a blueprint for managing your portfolio. Leave the expensive upsells, the extreme reliance on debt, and the apocalyptic economic panic behind. What you should steal are the core concepts. Prioritize financial literacy, focus on acquiring cash-flowing assets, and understand the difference between trading your time for a paycheck and owning something that works while you sleep. You learn to see the world differently. While McDonald's operates as a fast food franchise, the corporation is actually one of the largest real estate owners in the world, profiting from the land beneath the stores. Allow the fable to challenge your beliefs about money, then rely on your own researched mechanics